Well, hello friends, welcome back to the program. Today we are going to work a bit on the Paint application, and we're going to do some of my least favorite math, which is coordinate math. Since last time I've actually renamed the app to Pixel Paint, so now we don't have to collide with Microsoft Paintbrush anymore, right? So Pixel Paint is, I feel, a more accurate and better name, and it somehow sounds nicer to me too. Anyway, so today we're going to deal with coordinates, and we are going to do zooming and panning of the image, so that right now I'm stuck here, right? Like I have the image in the top left of the window, and I can't like move it around or zoom it or do anything. And I want to be able to press down on my middle mouse button and pan it around, however, and then I also want to use my wheel to zoom in and out, and then I want to be able to draw on the image when it's zoomed in or zoomed out, and for the pixels to end up in the right place. So it's going to be a bit of a painful episode because I really don't like this type of math, but I do like the feature and I want the feature, so we got to deal with it. Now, we are a little bit lucky because we do have the QuickShow app, which already has this functionality. So I think we can go to the QuickShow widget and just look at how it implements this stuff. So basically, when you mouse down on the QuickShow widget, wait, hold on, let me show you the QuickShow widget just so that you know what I'm talking about here. I'm using the sunshine theme today, by the way, which was added by Brendan, just for a little bit of variety. So let's pick a picture. How about this one? Okay, so this is the QuickShow widget right here, and I can actually zoom and I can pan. And this is a very nice feature. Oh, I really like this toolbar here, by the way. Maybe we should have a similar toolbar in Pixel Paint. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I do like that I can pan around and I can zoom with the wheel, although maybe the wheel should cause a little bit more zoom when we're more zoomed in. I don't know. But regardless, this feature, very good. So when you mouse down on the QuickShow widget, then it will remember where you mouse down, and then it will save the pan origin. What is the pan origin? Wait, what does it mean, pan origin? Saved pan origin is pan origin. Where do we actually set pan origin? So here we are translating the pan origin. When you wheel, then we scale the pan origin. It starts out at 0. Okay, all right. Well, we're just gonna copy the functionality from here, and then we will tailor it to the image editor needs, or the Pixel Paint image editor needs. So let's see. Let's start with mouse down. We'll just copy this functionality to the Pixel Paint image editor mouse down. And for panning, I want to use the middle mouse, so we're just going to say here if event button is GUI mouse button middle. Alright, and we can use the same names and everything. So actually, let's copy over these members to image editor as well. What do we have here? Pan origin, save pan origin, scale. Maybe we should store the scale as a float because we're gonna be scaling with it all the time anyway, so we can do it like this. It doesn't seem important that the scale is an integer, rather than for presenting it in the UI. But anyway, so let's do that, and then I guess we need the float point. Okay. And oh, that looks so weird. How did I even do that? And then we need the bitmap rect because that is like the panned and scaled bitmap rect of the image. So I guess we can call that like the editor image rect or image rect. Well, let's leave it named bitmap rect for now while we're copy pasting code, so that things don't get mixed up. And then in mouse move, what we do is we compute the delta from where your mouse moving to the place where you initiated the pan, the click position, and then we apply the scale to your pan, and then we call it relayout. And the relayout is the thing that actually repositions the bitmap rect, I guess. So here in mouse move, let's just say if event button and GUI mouse button middle. Okay, and then mouse wheel. Oh, I guess we don't have a mouse wheel event yet. We'll add that. So mouse wheel, and then we also have a relayout. So let's just add that right away. So I guess we can copy mouse wheel verbatim. From QS widget. So this will be image editor mouse wheel. Old scale is M scale. Old scale factor is, oh, so it's like dividing by a whole bunch of gunk here. So what do we want to do here? Like instead of times 10, we just want to do times 10%. Then we don't need that. We can just use old scale. Okay. And if we go below 10%, we'll stick it to 10%. And if we go above I don't know, some extreme numbers, then we'll stick there. Okay. New scale factor. We don't need that one either. That's just the M scale. Okay, I'm editing the code a little bit too much now for being a copy paste job, because I feel like I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot here. So let's not do any more tweaking than the scale stuff. So already in mouse move, I have to go and update this stuff. Mouse move. All right. Mouse wheel and mouse down. We are good. Okay, so then what else do we have? We have that relayout thing, right? Which is called, who exactly calls that? It's called when you mouse move, I suppose. We call it when you change the scale programmatically, sure. Resize event. Okay, so we're gonna want that one for sure, because when you resize the window, we wanna make sure that we reposition anything necessary. So we'll just implement the resize event here. And we will make sure to relay out and then call our base class, which would be a frame. Okay, so far so good. And then who else calls it? Mouse move, mouse wheel, and load from file. All right, well, we don't care about load from file, but what does relayout do? Let's copy paste it and then take a look at it. So image editor. So here, I guess if our image is null, then we can return. Otherwise, let's do this for pleasantness. All right, And then the new size width is going to be the image size width, image size height. Get rid of the scale factor thing, and we can just do n scale. Same thing here. Okay, so what does this do? We get the size of the image and then apply the scale, and then we get the location of the image, and then we move it inside of the new size so that it's proportional to where it was before. So basically, when you when you are resizing the window, then the center of the image stays in the center of the window, which is a really, really nice effect. Okay, that's really cool. I feel like somebody else worked on this. I don't remember who it was, but it's really nice. Maybe it was Tibor or Hussein. Someone worked on it, and thank you whoever did that, because it looks so cool. Okay, so now we have that same functionality in Image Editor, and let's see how far this gets us if we just build and run at this point. Let's see how it behaves. I guess actually this is not going to do anything because we don't do anything with the bitmap rect. So let's call it the it's not the image rect, it's the editor image rect. The editor image rect. Oh yeah, I think that's coolish. So when we paint the image editor, I guess we can actually go steal a little bit more from the QuickShow widget. So when he paints, it's probably very similar to how we paint. So we start by painting the frame, then clip to the event rect, clip to frame interact, and then we translate with the thickness, but we can just not do that. And then here, let's see, so this is all that QuickShow does. It just paints the bitmap scaled with the whole bitmap rect into mbitmap rect, which is the scaled and panned rect. So what we want to do here with our image is we want to say, I guess first thing is we want to draw an outline around the image. So that would be m editor image rect. And we'll inflate it by 2,2. So that just ensures that we can see all the pixels of the image inflated. And then we want to paint the image into our painter. And then this is the destination and source rectangles. So the destination rectangle is going to be the editor image rect. And maybe we should just get rid of the source rectangle because I feel like that's a little bit confusing and we're not even using it. So let's just get rid of that for now and assume that we're always painting the whole image. Like we're always composing the whole image layer stack. And then maybe we can go later and if we want to do optimizations where we paint part of the image, we can worry about that later, right? Let's not worry about that now. All right, so that's that. And then for the active layer, we want to draw a rect around the active layer. And we're drawing it around the active layer's relative rect, which is in image coordinates. So we really want something like image rect to editor rect. Because now we have two coordinate systems here, right? There's the image coordinate space, which is like the image that we're editing, where 0, 0 is the top left pixel of the image. And then even if you're zoomed in or panned around and stuff, the 0, 0 always means the top left of the image. And then we have the editor coordinate space, which is totally dependent on how we have panned and scaled the image. Or the editor coordinate space is 0, 0 is the top left of the editor widget. Doesn't matter where you've panned or scaled. Right. Oh, this type of stuff is just, my brain is crying because I know how this is going to be like, but we have to do it. So, okay, so let's invent image rect to editor rect because that will be helpful. So let's say that returns a float rect from a, I guess it can be a regular rect because image rects are always pixel based anyway, but we can return a float rect so that it's scaled more accurately. So float rect, editor rect. Okay, so now we just have to compute him. That's so easy, isn't it? Editor rect. Maybe we should also, let's just put that in the header so I can do something more before I have to deal with it. Okay, maybe const. Maybe don't name need it. And maybe the other way as well. So editor rect to image rect. We can do that one as well. Okay. So const Alright, now there's no more busy work. I have to actually deal with it. Oh, this is a float rect, so we have to do an enclosing interact on you just to convert it to regular integer rect. Alright, so image rect to editor rect. What is that? I guess it's the editor rect x is going to be the image rect. Wait, it's the editor image rect. That's where it is currently in our widget coordinate space. So this is where we've panned and scaled the image. So this is where it's showing on screen right now in widget relative coordinates. Plus, wait, no, image rect, editor rect. So this is a rect inside of the image. So I guess plus image rect x times scale. Okay, I think that makes sense. And we'll do the same for y. And maybe we'll do the same for the width and height. Almost makes you feel like there should be some kind of a helper function for this. Width, height. Wait a minute, no, this part here doesn't make any sense. We should just scale it. We don't have to add it to the image editor rect thing. And then we have a little too many parens here. Okay. Is that correct? And then in the other direction, it would be the same, except we divide by the scale. Okay, well, anyway, let's just start it up and then we can see what it looks like, and then I will intuitively know what I've done wrong. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Okay. I am painting. That's cool. I'm panning, but nothing happens. Zooming works. That's cool. Although it doesn't it doesn't really scale the image. Pan doesn't do anything. All right, we gotta fix that. Mouse down. If you do a mouse down, then that. If mouse move, oh, we should say buttons. Right. Because when it's a mouse move, I guess I can mention that. The mouse events, they have two values. They have button and buttons. And buttons is a bit mask of all the currently pressed mouse buttons. So it can be like a mask of left, middle, right, back, forward. So like all the buttons can be in there. Whereas button is the specific button that caused an event. So because we use the same mouse event object for mouse up, mouse down, mouse wheel, mouse move, button is always there, but it's not really relevant for mouse move, since when you're mouse moving, we're not notifying you that a button went up or down. We're just notifying you that there was movement, but we still have the field. Anyway, you have to look at buttons in mouse move. So this should work. And it does. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Oops, a little bit awkward if you zoom in the wrong place, because it tries to, yeah. So we can probably make it feel better, but the basic functionality is really nice. So if I paint and then zoom out or zoom in, it's not doing what I want, and that's probably because the image painting 2 isn't doing anything smart at all. I remember when I wrote this code, I was saying something like, oh, I'll just deal with that later. So I guess now is later. Okay, so what do we do here? We want to paint this image into this painter at this rectangle. So really what we want to do is, for each layer, we just want to paint that layer at the scaled the scale, we don't know the scale here, but it doesn't matter because we can figure out the scale that matters to us by dividing the direct width by the rect width, I guess. Then we learn the scale. Okay. And then, so let's just get rid of that so we can read what we're doing. So we compute a rect, and then we draw the layer at that rect. So I guess that should be, the target should be direct x and y plus the layer location scaled. I think that makes sense. So can we just do this like x times scale, layer location y times scale, and then size is scale. Does that just work? We'll see. Yeah, that kind of works. Okay, so the mouse events are going to the wrong place, but I'm definitely panning and zooming, and it feels correct. So that's pretty cool. Let's put a layer in. Let's just make a layer, make it like 100 by 100. And where is it? It's here. So let's just fill that in. Okay, so it's hard to grab it. I guess we have to, dang it, if we zoom to 100%, like here, then it's possible to, it's still tricky to grab it because of the pan. But if I do this, now I can reach it. Okay, so yeah, zooming kind of works. Although, yeah, mouse events need some help. But that's cool, though. It's very cool. So let's see, what do we do with the mouse events? Image editor. Mouse down. So what we currently do is we do layer at to figure out if we should activate a specific layer if you're clicking on it with the mouse, with the move tool. And then we have event adjusted for layer, which takes a mouse event and gives you a new event with the coordinates adjusted for the active layer. So I guess here we can go and let's see, this is the editor position as the input here, so should we maybe even rename this thing? Let's rename these things so that they're always saying what kind of position it is, because then it's a lot easier to work with if we say editor position or image position. And then, of course, here we need to convert that to an image position. So auto image position is editor rect. Oh, we don't have position conversion. Editor position to image position. Okay, so let's invent that as well. It's actually really simple. Image editor. All right, and then here, let's see, image position, and this one is called editor position. And then these just have to do the same stuff as here. So plug point, editor position. Okay, I'm really just on autopilot right now, hoping that this is correct. Because there's like, with this type of stuff, I like to make one side of it, and then the other side is kind of symmetrical. And I hope I'm getting that right now. But we'll see. Maybe I'm screwing something up. We'll see. What am I messing up now? Contains image. Oh shit. Because that thing has, it's floats, not ints. Okay, let's just convert it. Okay, let's convert it like this. In point. All right. It's not the right offset, so mouse move event adjusted for layer. Okay, so this thing needs to be fixed. Event adjusted for layer. So we're gonna need to look at some members here. So I guess we'll make that const and okay, so it takes a mouse event and a layer, and then it creates a new mouse event identical to this one except with the coordinates adjusted for the layer. So is that just all that we need to do is just to say editor position to image position like that? You don't like me because... Wait, hold on, what's going on here? Let's do one thing at a time. So, image position. And we'll move by it's a float point again. Right. So we need to endpoint. No, it's not called endpoint. Okay, what if we just move it like this then? And then here we have to pass it as a point. We can do that. Please be correct. It's not very correct. All right. Oh, I'm drawing up here, down there. All right, fine. So what am I doing wrong now? Event adjusted for layer. Should these be minus or plus? This type of stuff always confuses me. Maybe we should move them now that we've adjusted. Bear with me. No, it doesn't seem right. Okay, so let's work out what we're doing wrong here. Is this correct? Editor position to image position. So we have an editor position. So the image position, I feel like we shouldn't be adding to this thing here. This seems more like we should be subtracting from it, no? I would think. And then maybe we can use, these can share code actually, so editor position to image position, so that we don't get these out of sync. Okay. No, no, I'm not drawing at all. Crap. All right, so that was no good. Wait, so what is this even? So when we click down somewhere, we click, maybe we can log where we're clicking. That would make it easier. Let's see. When we mouse down, or when we mouse move for that matter. So let's say dbg mouse move. And then we do the original event position with the cool arrow pointing to the layer local event position. Because then we can just mouse move it and see what that tells us if I would just put that really early on. Wait, why didn't that work? No active layer, no active tool, is that the problem? Yeah, okay. So here should be 0, 0, right? And it is. But then it goes the other way. Oh, I see. So we're in the negatives here. So 0, 0 is right, but everything else is in the negatives. All right, so I guess we shouldn't have been subtracting in, what was it? The one that converts from to the layer local. Event adjusted for layer. Right, so these should be positive numbers. No, I'm doing that wrong. Wait, why am I? Is this even the thing we were calling? How did this not make a difference? Oh wait, this is the layer location. I guess it's always in the same place. Oh, this is not even relevant unless we move the layer. Okay. So editor position to image position. So that's this stuff right here. So wait, the editor image rect minus the editor position divided by the scale. And what was happening when we had pluses here? Okay, this is the painful part. Okay, so now this one is off because it doesn't have the pan taken into account. So we need to subtract this thing. The editor position. Wait a minute. We should subtract, the editor position is where we are, so we should subtract from that to give us the offset into the image, and then divide it by the scale. Okay. Yes. Yes. It works. Haha. Oh, dude, this is so neat. Can I use this tool here? Awesome. Oh man, totally worth the suffering. So can we move this layer now and still paint on it? I wonder. It's a little bit out of whack. Right. So I'm at a huge offset. So now we're talking about the event adjusted for layers. So maybe these were supposed to be negative because we're too far to the right and too far to the too far from the top. So wait, what's the test here? To move and then, oh, look at that, scale. And it just works. Freaking cool. All right, let's add a layer. Okay. Oh shit, where did it go? Oh, it's up here. Okay, move. It doesn't move exactly the way I wanted it to. Why is it doing that? Hold on, let's see. If we zoom out to normal, then it moves consistently with the cursor, but if I zoom in, then something is not applied to the movement. So what is that? Move tool, active tool on mouse down. Wait, are we not sending him good coordinates? What if we just put this guy back to 0, 0, and we select this guy? See, my cursor gets out of sync here. I mean, it doesn't feel totally wrong. It feels a bit wrong, actually. No, I shouldn't say that it doesn't feel wrong. Starting to negotiate here. Bargaining phase. Wait, so what did the logging say when we were doing that? So I'm moving to the right. Wait, what's even going on here? This is the... Moving to the right, why is the x-coordinate going down? And mouse move. What the actual? Oh, it's the cursor coordinate relative to this layer. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why are we computing that? Okay, so in mouse move, we do an event adjusted for layer. And then we also send the original event somewhere. Wait, how does this work again? Yes, we also pass along the original event to the move tool. Right, because, yeah, the move tool needs that because it uses the original event to compute the delta that you're moving with. But we send him the non-adjusted, non-scaled original event. We only adjust the, I mean, it's supposed to be the original event, but we still need to adjust it for pan and scale. And then the layer event is adjusted for layer position or layer location as well. Right, so original event is, dang it. So I guess this one is, maybe we should just make a event adjusted for origin or something like that. And then instead of passing the layer, we would just pass the layer location. Or we could also make that into a separate helper. And we'll say auto original event is event adjusted origin. It's the, I mean, it's just an event adjusted. It's an event adjusted for pan and scale. I don't know, I just I'm looking for a good name that really tells you what this is. Event with pan and scale applied. Do we actually need to do this? We're only doing this in a single place anyway. I don't know if I want that to be a thing. Maybe we can also do this, right? So event, we'll call it that instead. Event with pan and scale applied. GUI mouse event. Okay, and we'll construct it like this. And the image position is, we don't adjust for that. And we just have the event. Just event position with pan and scale applied. Okay, and then this one, and that one, and this one is just called event. Maybe mouse event should have a helper for this, but eh. Wait, so now we have a set here of things. Event with pan and scale applied position, and the layer event. Oof. All right, so we draw, that's fine. We make a new layer, 100 by 100. And then you are here. And it still doesn't move like I want it to. Because I'm not sending it to the tool. All right, event with pan and scale applied. Let's try sending that. Wait, dang it, we have to do this in all the tools, don't we? And we have to do it in mouse down as well. All right, I should have made this a helper. So we'll call this, we should call it event with pan and scale applied. And with pan and scale applied, or maybe I don't hate original event even though it's a slight lie. Alright, come on, event with pane and scale applied. We are going to the store. Oops, we don't need a layer. It's heavily implied what this is, just like here. So that's okay. And then for this one, let's just call this event because it's so weird. Event with Kunst. There we go. And we don't have that to apply. All right, this is a... Wait, we have to call it also. And mouse down. All right, so here, we have to actually create this on the stack because we are required to pass a mutable reference to events because whoever handles an event can actually change the state of the event to prevent it from bubbling further up the event handling stack or the widget stack. So event, pane and scale applied, event. There we go. Mouse move, cool, mouse up. We'll do the same here. Let's make sure that All right, that should do it. Come on now. Ploop. Cool. Let's make a new layer. Maybe we should give it a name. We never give them names. Named layer. Named layer? All right. And ooh, it actually finally moves correctly. Does it snap pixel at a time? Yes, it kind of does. Very nice. All right, and let's spray into this layer with some magenta. Look at that. We are just spraying madmen. And look at that, we can move our stained magenta window around the beautiful canvas and see right through it, even though we're zoomed in. Now that's cool. Let's try to paint behind it a little bit. Let's spray with some beautiful greenish action here. Ooh, we are painting behind. Very cool. Very cool. And of course, we can move our window away. Ploop, ploop. Dude, that's so nice. I'm kind of digging this sunshine theme, by the way. But let's just bring out the default theme for a moment. See how it looks there. Still looks very sensible. Very like. It's a little bit of a pixel snapping issue sometimes. But I think I'm not going to care about that right now, but it's something that we should eventually fix. To make sure that we're always aligned even though we're zoomed in. Yeah, you can see here that the bounding box of the layer is goes a little bit outside the scaled up pixels. So we have some little polish things to work on, but I think we're not going to do those today. The big feature is here, and it works, and it's pretty cool. We can actually, can we get some other color here, please? Poof. Ah, man, That is real sweet. So this is, now we're talking here, right? Like now this is starting to get closer to a user interface that I actually want to use. So yeah, I can get used to this. Now, of course, we have a lot of things that we have to do, but I think we'll do a commit here. So, oh, this is my change to set the theme. Let's go back to Sunshine. I was enjoying that. Oop. The window titles look a little bit weird when window is inactive, but just the color scheme is really cool, I think. Look at the menus. How nice are they? Browser looks great. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So let's commit. But let's not commit that particular change to the Windows server. Pixel Paint. Support panning and scaling the image. Working on it. Okay, image editor now supports panning, control, middle mouse, and scaling wheel. The image, this took a lot of unpleasant coordinate math, but now it actually kind of works and feels awesome. Boom. All right, dude, I am so happy with this feature. Totally worth it. So I think this is going to be the end of today's video. So if you made it this far, then thank you for watching and for hanging out and sticking it out with me while I suffered through the coordinate space conversions. And oh, I should get rid of that mouse move. Debug printf. We shouldn't put that in. That would cost me a good boy point if I commit with that in there. All right, there we go. But yeah, so I think this turned out really awesome. And I hope that you saw something interesting. And it's really fun to work on the Pixel Paint application. It's a nice change of pace and environment from the other stuff. And I feel like it's an important app for us to have in the system. So really fun. And yeah, anyways, I got nothing else to say. So thanks for hanging out and I'll see you next time.